We all wish for a sane society. A society where girls can be girls, where we can dream big dreams and achieve all that we have to achieve. My name is Kali Luka, and you're welcome to Abovewhispers Conversations. Joining me today are three savvy discussants.
My name is Omolola.
My name is Moreni Keji. My name is Moreni.
And today, we have the spotlight on Saratu. Who is Saratu, you may ask? Our topic today is Saratu'swish. Saratu'swish is an article from the collection of essays written by Erelu Bisi-Fayemi, Where is Your Rapper? Where is Your Rapper is a riveting collection of essays. It is a mind-blowing masterpiece. Join us as we read an excerpt from Saratu'swish. Saratu could not stop staring at the woman who was speaking. She was not sure what her name was because people kept calling her different things. Some called her Her Excellency, some addressed her as Madame, and others called her Doctor or Hajia. She thought she heard the name Amina, but she was not sure. Madame's hand looked very smooth, like her beautiful face. She wondered if she had ever washed dirty clothes. Madame was speaking in English. She spoke fast, and Saratu only understood half of what she was saying because she spoke like an English woman. Madame switched from speaking fast English to Hausa, and Saratu was startled. She was saying that it is criminal for young girls to be abused and poorly treated. She promised to do whatever she could to help them. Saratu nodded and clapped. She was mesmerized. She had never seen anyone like Madame before. There were other Madames on the high table. They had come from the United Nations to visit Nigeria and talk to Nigerian women. Saratu was with a group of girls who were living in a shelter for those who had been rescued or who had run away from Boko Haram. She and most of her friends had been taken long before the whole world knew what was going on, before the girls from Chibok were kidnapped. All the important women at the high table spoke about different things. The woman who spoke first said that Nigeria had many great women who had paved the way for others. She mentioned Margaret Ekpo, Fumilayo Ransome-Kuti, Leila Dogon-Yaro, and Gambo Sawaba. Saratu had heard of these women, and she wondered why some men spoke as if there had never been women who had done great things in the past. The Boko Haram men told them that their education was haram and useless. If it is useless, how come we have all these Madames? Saratu thought. Can you feel this young girl's pain?
There's hardly anyone that doesn't feel Saratu. I know we all sitting here can feel Saratu's pain. I personally feel Saratu's pain. Having grown up in the north, I schooled in my secondary school was in Bauchi State. I speak Hausa. I can imagine, I was a small girl and I can just imagine being rudely woken up in the middle of the night and just taken away. And it's just unfortunate that this narrative does not seem to want to change anytime soon. All over the world.
Because these things are keep happening and happening.
Evil everywhere. The woman, the girl child is not safe. All over the world. America to Madagascar, China to UK, it is the same narrative over and over and over again. In Pakistan, there is honor killings of women. If a family feels that their girl child has brought dishonor to their name just by merely talking to a boy, the family, the father and the brothers, they kill her.
Her family.
Her father and her brothers, they kill her. Recently, there was the case of a social media, an actress or a star in Pakistan that was killed by her own family members because she always goes on social media, she dances and does all of that, and they felt that it was a dishonor to their family, and she was killed. In Sudan, women and girls are intentionally raped to send signals to the government because they are displaced.
Always collateral damage.
In India, gang rape of women and girls is the order of the day. Acid pouring on women and girls is the order of the day. Now, you might say that, oh, but those things are happening in India, Pakistan, South Africa, wherever. Let's come down to Nigeria. In Nigeria, we have the Chibok girls. Where are they till dates? Where are they? We have girls that were kidnapped long before Chibok girls even came to limelight. And we are saying that there is no evil everywhere. And we are saying the girl child is not safe.
And we are
women and girls are constantly being used as tools to fight, tools and spoils of war and conflict. And we think that we are safe. The war is closer than we think. Yes, and it is coming. It is coming to your child. Whether you look away or not, it is coming to your sister, whether you look away, it is coming to your niece, whether you look away or not, it is coming to your wife, whether you look away or not. So it is closer than we think. The statistics are gross, and it is sad that we are looking away. It is happening and we don't still realize that it is happening because we think it is happening to someone else and not us. It is closer to home than we think.
You know, what's the part that got me is the fact that Saratu felt she was alone in this. Before she had this platform to talk where other women shared their story. And we have Saratu everywhere, in our streets, in our home, under our roof. They feel alone. Why? Because they can't trust people enough to share their stories with. People judge them, people ask them, what were you wearing? Why were you walking alone? Why did you walk at 7 p.m.? Why did you do this? Why did you do that? The blame is always on the girl child. And so she doesn't want to speak up. So she keeps silent and she dies of depression. Another thing is when they even share this story, people take advantage. Undue advantage. Next thing you see their stories on headlines without this girl's consent. And then people gain followership because they are sharing their stories. It's just about, for them, it's about the fame. It's about the paparazzi, thank you. It's about the money they are going to make from other platforms who are willing to live. And then the other thing is, they keep asking them, well, how were you raped? Was your leg hanged? That is not what these girls need. Just allow them share their story, bear their mind, and tell you what they need. And that's why we need more women, more platforms for women to share their story, and girls can relate. You know, Saratu was shocked that there are women like this who had gone through similar things, and so she could relate. It was easy for her to speak up.
And you know, the most annoying part of this whole thing for me is the fact that we still have people out there that think that women are asking for too much.
We are not even asking more.
We have people that think that we are making a mountain out of a molehill, that we are making a force out of nothing. We are clamoring for too much. Please, what is too much? Asking that I can walk down the street to my house with no fear is asking for too much. Is it that I want to take a public transport, any form, a car, a cab, a bus, a train, and I want to feel safe? Is that asking for too much? Is asking that when I'm in my house, I am safe? Is that asking for too much? Is asking that when I wash my underwear and I dry it under the sun, that I am not a tool for money making?
Something as basic.
Is that me asking for too much? And then some people think that we are overhyping our security. We are overhyping our safety. See, our safety cannot be overemphasized. We can't stop talking about it. We need to be safe. We want to be safe. See, we want our safety to go beyond just feeling safe. We want to live in the reality of the fact that we are safe. We want to, that is all we are asking for. And we've not started though. We've not started at all.
This is very revealing, like enlightening the depth and the reality of this thing. Let's read another excerpt from Saratu'swish. Saratu was not listening to her friends as they spoke. Her mind was far away in a time and a place when she was helpless and hopeless. A time when she had nothing to live for or look forward to. except a life of drudgery, hunger, and abuse. The microphone was pushed into her hands and it was her turn to speak. She looked at the women on the high table. A counselor had told them 1 out of every 4 women suffers from one form of violence or the other. Education and status do not matter. Women are abused all over the world. Saratu found it hard to believe that any of these women could be beaten or abused by anyone. These were women she had been told she could never become. They all wore beautiful clothes and spoke good English. Had any of them ever been kidnapped, or beaten, or raped? No one could tell. It did not matter. Saratu was sure that whatever they had gone through, they had won. These women were brilliant, knowledgeable, and beautiful. They were survivors. I will win too, Saratu thought to herself. She spoke softly to the microphone. What I want is to go back to school. She began. She finished her brief speech and handed the microphone back. She glanced at Madame again. Madame was crying, and so were all the other Madames.
Who would you cry?
Honestly, who wouldn't? And this just brings up the importance, just like you said, KG. Thank you for bringing that up. Talking about the need for influential women to have platforms where women and girls can share their story, can have a sense of belonging. The need for that.
Yes, we need it. It's a need. It's something that is very, very important. But it's also important that sincerity is put in place for all these kind of gatherings. Intentionality. You have to be intentional about what you want to do or what you want these gatherings to do. We should be solution driven. When we have gatherings like this, it should be a platform. We're not supposed to just gather and then you come, you just render speeches, and after everything you give biscuit and water.
And there's nothing tangible.
It's important that this kind of gatherings, you should listen. You should listen to what the girls want from that moment onwards. Look at this gathering Saratu was. They didn't ask her, okay, when they kidnapped you, what did they do? How did they do it? They asked her, what do you want? And she said all she wants was to go back to school. So listen to them. What do they want from that moment onwards? Where do they want you to pick them up from? And Katie mentioned something earlier that I want to emphasize on. See, when girls open up to you, don't take advantage of them. Don't take advantage of their story. They are not publicity tools for you. See, and if you are that auntie in the society that they come to and they open up to, see, don't turn them to your maids. Don't turn them to your errand girls. They are not the ones to do the laundry for you and your family just because they've been vulnerable to you. Accept them, accept their story, and to the end that you make change. That's
I agree with you, because truly, that platform is good. We need it truly. But now I want to emphasize the fact that if you look at Saratu's story, who are girls listening to? What is being told to them? That is very key. Very key. She said, we were told, these are the women that were told we could never become. The women we were told. Who is doing the telling? We were told Boko, education is useless. Who is doing the telling? It is not enough that we have men telling girls what they cannot be. It is better we have women who have been telling girls they can be,
and showing
that they can be. See, there is something about having a picture in your heart that you will run with. Our girls do not have enough pictures of good women to run with. That is the issue. And now, when they have these pictures, it is not enough that they have these pictures. It will not just be a glamorous picture. Our successful women should come out and be vulnerable. Let us know that you have been there, you have done that. You can rise above, just as I have risen above. A lot of these girls, they are at their lowest. They just need to know that, see, I'm low now, but I can come back. I can come back. I can come up again. So it is important that we give them this narrative that, see, I've been there. You can do it, to be vulnerable, just as they have let out their vulnerability.
Speaking of platforms now, I'd like to say that there is a platform that is doing wonderfully well as regards that. And we need other people to emulate such platform. The platform is the Rapper Network on Facebook. Yes. This network is a network of women where the influencer can relate with the common woman, where you can share your story without the fear of being judged, where nobody is going to judge you, where nobody is going to put you down, or you can share and feel safe sharing that story, and you don't expect to see your stories on the headlines tomorrow. And amazingly, this platform even goes as far as giving support to women, to businesses. You'll be surprised that what people need to start up again is as little as 20,000 naira. Look at Saratu. All Saratu wanted at that point was to go back to school. All we need to do is a platform for women to listen to other women, and then the women are good to go.
And I'd like to say that, you know, there's this saying that says, educate a woman, educate a nation. It's not just educate, it's empowering a woman to empower a nation. Yes. Because there's this thing about, yes, I know that we are saying that, but there's this incubating thing about a woman, that when you give her something, she makes it multiplies. So imagine putting a powerful tool of empowerment in her hands. It multiplies.
Well, this conversation has had my heart very, very heavy. But there has to be a way out. How do we stop brutality against girls and women?
We need more platforms where people can feel safe to share their story. You know, the silence about stories is what empowers the perpetrators. So when women speak up, and when influential women speak about their stories too, so it sends a signal to that person that if this person can be on this case and gets justice, I better be careful. So such platforms we will bring down the brutality level to our girls.
And I'll say that we have to co-opt more men into this fight. It's not enough that it's we women that are trying to empower the women and all that. We need more men to be on the side of this fight. Women are your wives, they are your sisters, they are your nieces, they are your cousins and everything. So we need more men. It is not just about one person looking away. It is a sort of community policing. This is what it is about. We need to look out for each other, have each other's backs. What happened in the place of compassion? Your neighbor's keeper. It's just as simple as that.
And you know, when it comes to brutality, we can't take away the place of our security agencies. We need them to be more empowered, more informed, you know, more equipped, so that they can, you know, handle things like this very well, and you know, they can perform their duties effectively.
And this is a conversation that must not be silenced. This is a conversation that you cannot keep quiet about. Share this video to your friends. Talk about it. Raise it up in whatever community. Raise these issues up in whatever community you find yourself. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Abovewhispers Conversations. Join us on the next episode. Till then, dear sister,
you are not alone.